At this time, we will take testimony on House Bill 4770 through 4774. We have Brenden from Great Lakes Gun Rights and National Association for Gun Rights, supports the bill and wishes to speak. Sir, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and members of the committee. I appreciate having the opportunity to testify before you today. I know that there was hearings last week. Unfortunately, I had previously arranged travel, and I was not able to be here. I'm going to keep my comments brief because there was a lot of good discussion last week. I did have an opportunity to watch the testimony, so I do apologize for not being able to participate. I'm here to testify on behalf of our members and supporters in support of House Bills 4770 through 4774. This bill package will bring a much-needed change to Michigan law. Under existing Michigan law, a CPL is not required to carry a pistol. The catch or requirement for this is that the pistol is carried openly. Concealment requires a permit, not carry. Carry can be done by anyone legally able to possess a pistol. Bills under discussion would allow concealed or unconcealed carry, eliminate the permit requirement for concealed carry. But as was discussed last week, not only does concealment require a permit under current law, but a violation is harshly and severely punished. It is a crime punishable by up to 5 years incarceration to carry a concealed pistol without a permit. Few states punish unlawful carry of a firearm as harshly as Michigan. As Tom Lambert of Michigan Open Carry pointed out, this is where Michigan is worse than states like California. Unlawful carry of a concealed firearm in itself is a victimless crime. No other person is harmed by such carry. Michigan law punishes crimes with a victim less harshly than unlawful carry. I had the opportunity to talk with my father, who's been in law enforcement for 35 plus years. He shared with me that assaulting a police officer that requires medical treatment of the officer is punished less severely with a 4-year felony. It is irrational to punish concealed carry as a felony with a penalty up to 5 years incarceration, particularly when violent crimes where there is an actual injured victim carries less punishment. It is irrational to require permit with the attendant expense and hassle when unconcealed carry is unregulated. The differentiation between concealed and unconcealed carry is unwarranted. The legislation before you will correct this by permitting concealed carry under the same rules and requirements as existing law, but eliminating the requirement for a permit. Thank you for your time.
Thank you as well. Are there any questions of committee members? Representative Churkin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, sir, for your testimony today. In regards to training, I had a conversation with one of the gentlemen that testified last week. In open carry, he stated that you get a gun, you don't have to have any kind of training, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Do you know of any incidences of a person that had a gun that had something happen to them? Either a misfire or they shot themselves accidentally in the foot, the leg?
Personally, no, I do not.
Okay. Well, since you're testifying, let me ask you, my hang up on this is you give somebody a gun and a revolver and an automatic weapon, they're two different guns. A revolver, you just load it, point and shoot. Automatic, you have things you got to put a clip in, you got to rack one in the chamber and that. And I guess my question is, I don't want somebody to have a gun that don't know which way to point it. That's my question to you.
Sure. Mr. Chairman, to the representative, what I would say is that for anyone who has bought a pistol, they have bought a box of ammunition with it. That box of ammunition typically holds 50 rounds. The state requirement is to shoot 30 rounds. So what I'm challenging is the idea that the state required mandate for training is somehow rigorous enough by any standards to justify its existence. When most people who are going to buy a pistol for lawful means are going to go take it to the range and shoot more than what the state actually requires. What we're opposed to here is the idea that somehow a mandated training requirement is going to make the state safer and is also a requirement on a fundamental right as well. when, especially already in the state of Michigan, a person can openly carry a pistol without having to obtain training. What we're saying is that open carry and concealed carry should be treated the same under the law. Requiring an expensive fee and then punishing it with a felony is unreasonable to us.
No, I get that. I understand that. All I'm just trying to say, if somebody carries a gun, I want it to make it safer for the people around him or her.
And I understand that, Representative, and what we've actually seen in states that have passed constitutional carry laws, I believe Representative Johnson touched on this last week as well, is that in states that have passed constitutional carry, there have been an increase in people of obtaining permits, or at least not a drop-off. The number continues to go up, which means in states that require training, such as Arizona, Wyoming, they require training, but they have constitutional carry, whereas the permit is not required. But what that still shows us is that people, even though you get rid of the requirement to have the permit, people are still getting the training. We just are against and opposed to requiring a permit in order to concealed carry.
One follow-up question, Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Well, then, you don't have a problem then if anybody gets a gun and you require them to at least shoot a box of ammo?
I would be opposed to the government requirement of that, yes.
Okay.
So I want to be clear about what specifically these bills talk about. And Brenden, if you are unfamiliar with any of the questions I'm asking, please
Sure.
feel free to let us know.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about AK-47s. AK-47s are rifles, right? Mm-hmm. Does this bill have anything to do with AK-47s?
Does not.
So I can buy an AK-47 right now, and I can carry it into the Capitol with absolutely no training.
If you're talking about the civilian grade, the one that can be legally purchased in the United States, yes.
Yeah. Now, fully automatic weapons. Is that
Those are regulated by the federal government.
And these bills have how much to do with fully automatic weapons?
0.
Okay. With respect to the concealed pistol license that we're talking about, to get a concealed pistol license right now, you have 8 hours of training, 30 rounds, $115. If this bill gets signed into law, does that change who's allowed to buy guns in this state?
It does not.
Does it amend who can carry guns in this state?
It does not.
The only thing it does is it removes the requirement to get a permit from the government.
For the ability to concealed carry, correct.
Okay. Representative Carter has a question.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Had a couple quick questions. If you know, how much is the average cost of a pistol?
I mean, it depends on what you're looking at. I would say I've seen pistols from $500 up to $1,000. I know you can get cheaper ones than that even.
Right. So the purchase of a $500 to $1,000 weapon, but you want to eliminate the $115 fee?
You can buy a pistol for less than $100 in the state of Michigan.
That's correct. Yeah. I'm talking about, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but still, you want to eliminate the $115 fee after purchasing a weapon at whatever price?
To the chairman, to the representative, yes, I do, because if you do not pay that fee and do not have the requirements fulfilled, you will become a felon.
Okay. And the other question I have, if you know, how many people have been prosecuted just for CCW? No other crimes connected to it. There was nothing else going on, just for carrying a concealed weapon.
Personally, I know of one, a gentleman who called my organization and is being prosecuted for CCW and CCW only, and is now going to could potentially have his life ruined for CCW.
And Representative, we also have another individual, Tom Lambert, here, and he works with these individuals often. He might have a better number for you.
Okay.
Do you have another question?
Just one. No, I'm good.
Any other questions for this member of the public, person testifying? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.